And a very good evening, everyone. Jeremy here, constrategic.com.sg with a market recap for the Straits Times Index trading week ending the 9th of July 2021. And it's a slow grind for the Straits Times Index for the past 5 days of the first trading week in July. Not much action, a little bit of a range bound between 3,050 points to 3,225 points. And we start off with the monthly charts. And the monthly charts of the Straits Times Index, not a lot of progress ever since we had this long signal on the 1st of March 2021 with a long signal at 3108, targeting that 3406 level. Problem is that very little progress has been made since we had that long signal. I can see that the price is still hovering around in this SSSA line and SSSB line region, and we expect this little bit of range to continue till we get a break to the upside above the SSSA line. Otherwise, on a bearish stance, we might break below and test 2827 on the monthly charts. And looking at the weekly charts, the long signal still valid, still an uptrend, medium term uptrend for the weekly charts. Long signal at 2693 on the 7th of November 2020, targeting 3406, still intact, still above the super trend line with a pivot of 3024. Watch this level on the weekly charts, 3024, because if there's any weakness coming in next week or further down the month of July, this level may be tested unless price level pushes above the previous highs at about 3250 to test that 3406 level on the monthly charts. But overall, on the weekly basis, still on a uptrend for the Straits Times Index. So zooming in onto the day charts, probably you might get a little bit more visibility in terms of what's happening to the Straits Times Index for now. Um, the uptrend for the Straits Times Index started somewhere in October last year, 2020, the latest leg of this lovely uptrend. And essentially, you started off long in November and had quite a good returns for that particular month of November, December. Then we went long again in February, post Chinese New Year for this year for the locals, and essentially quite a nice gain, peaking at about 3246. And thereafter, we had this corrective test of the SSSB line, and thereafter, another long signal in June. However, this particular long signal in June seems pretty weak, unlike the past two long signals where you had pretty nice gains. For this one, it sort of pulled back and then right now heading down, and we might test this pivot at 3082. So zooming in to the last couple of days last week, we had this strong pullback on Tuesday or Wednesday, last trading week for the Straits Times, and essentially we need to hold this pivot at 3082 for price to bounce back up and clear the last highs, which is around that 3250 level, for it to get higher levels to 3406. Otherwise, the day charts is still showing a broad range, essentially between that 3050 level to that 3250 until we have a particular breakout of this particular range. All right, and we'll see what happens next week. On a shorter term basis, the 4 hourly charts has already generated a short signal at that 3124 level, now targeting 3082, which is the pivot support on the daily's chart. Let's see whether this particular level gets tested, and if we break this, then the day's chart will also be on a short downtrend to test that weekly support at 3024. So just to sum up for the Straits Times Index, you can see the monthly long signal is still valid. We are expecting it to sort of develop a range, and then after which see whether you can actually break above the SSSA line on the Ichimoku cloud to test that 3406 level. Otherwise, on the weekly charts, very nice medium term uptrend, although currently it's developing into that range with a very important pivot support at 3024. That level must hold for the next week and the weeks to come into July. On the daily charts, essentially we still have a long signal still active at 3183, targeting that particular level at 3406 with a pivot support at 3082. And essentially on a short-term basis, a bit of weakness here with a short at 3124, targeting 3082 on that daily pivot. So range bound movement for the Straits Times Index, and we want to see more clarity as we enter into the seventh month of 2021. So thanks for watching, guys, and all these levels will be available in my blog on quantstrategic.com.sg. Don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe if you'd like to uh, be informed of more videos that are coming up shortly.